Hey, what's up guys? Jackson here at Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Attack Shark V8, which is a pretty new mouse in the market, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is a lightweight mouse with the PAW 3950 Max sensor, which is basically just a fancy way of saying the 3950 sensor, and it's supposed to have good battery life. It's actually a ergo mouse, so it's kind of designed for those right-handed users, which is a mouse type that I'm used to, and it's a fairly like medium to large size mouse, which me personally, that's my sweet spot. Lightweight, but still having a pretty like hand-filling mouse rather than these new tiny rinky-dink mice that I don't love. And then of course we can't forget the cool features like 8K polling rate, tri-mode connection, super long battery life, and on top of that, things like USB-C, you know, just those good ease of life things. Alright, so this mouse, like I said, it's got some pretty good tech to it. What's really cool about this mouse is that it comes in right around 50 bucks. This one seems to just be the normal V8. So honestly, this one might be one of the ones where there's not really multiple versions. I know that you can get it in other colors. This should be the black version, contrary to what the box shows, which is a white mouse. And well, you know, there's a few cool features about this. Number one is it can go up to 8K polling rate. Now, you are gonna have to have a really beefy computer, really good USB ports. You know, you're gonna have some of the best hardware CPU-wise and GPU-wise. You're also going to sacrifice battery life quite a bit if you're gonna run 8K polling rate. That's just how it is currently in that technology. So just keep that in mind if you run 8K. Although, you can run in between modes. You can run like 2K, 4K polling rate, and those are kind of like your in-betweens. And I mean, at the end of the day, even 1K is gonna be great on this mouse. As you can see though, very ergonomic style. It's very kind of right-hand oriented. You can see how it even has like the slant and everything. But this reminds me a lot of something like my Logitech G703 or my Logitech Dex that I have at home. I have the Dex 2 Superlight, which I absolutely love that mouse. It can go up to 42K DPI. It comes in around 59 grams, and it is tri-mode connectivity, which is always nice to have. We just have two large Teflon style feet, so we don't have like multiple dots or anything like that. So you can see here, that's your mode switch. You get a DPI on the bottom, which I always appreciate. I don't know many people that actually switch their DPI on the fly, so I'm not a big fan of having that little DPI switch there. We do have a tiny little LED indicator light there. We have two macros on the side. We got some very nice audible click sounds. Scroll wheel feels really good. Some nice accents on the scroll wheel as well. It's pretty textured too. Scroll wheel has some good texture to it. It does have their supposed like ice nano grip technology, or they call it the nano metal ice coating. And it feels pretty good actually. I can tell that my hands right now are not sweaty from gaming, but it has really good grip too, but you don't see it. It doesn't look like it's like textured or anything. It does have the Nordic 54L15 chip, and once again, it's a PAW 3950 Max sensor, up to 42K DPI. Now, as far as the switches go for the clicks, we got Omron optical switches up to 100 million click rating. It does have a 500 milliamp hour battery, which supposedly at 1K gets about 25 plus days of gaming, so before you need to recharge it. That's pretty good. Now, if you're gonna run it something like 4 or 5K, you're gonna get closer to 5 days of battery life. In 8K, I wouldn't be surprised if you get to charge this thing every couple days, maybe even less than that. Now, one thing I like is their little dongle that you actually put on your desk. This is the receiver, is a little shark fin. It's always fun. It kind of looks like one of those car antennas for like modern satellite radio. Let's see what else we get in the box, because we're obviously going to get a USB-C of some sort for charging. But once again, this is just such a good, cheap mouse. I love this. Look at that. Little funny. Are these, yeah, they're little stickers. Look at that. Little cute stickers. Always nice to have. There's actually two different sets. It does come with grip pads, grip tape, whatever you want to call it. So you can put those on if you want. I'm not a big fan of these personally because I never get them installed right. I tend to get little hairs and stuff that I don't like seeing on the mouse, like trapped in them. So I'm not the biggest fan of them, but it is a full set, which is nice. I'm glad they include it for free. Some people buy those extra. And then the cable, I gotta say, pretty nice. It's actually a braided cable. It's not one of those lightweight cables. If you guys remember when lightweight mice first became a thing, but they weren't wireless, they had cables that were like really, I'd almost call them floppy, which was good. That's a good thing because the last thing you want is when you're using your lightweight mouse to have a cable that feels like it's kind of dragging you. So I will say, this would not be the most fun cable to have to plug in while you're playing, which speaking of that, plugs right in the front there. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just one of those things where when you get used to a lightweight wireless mouse, that's all you want. You don't want to have to play with it plugged in, but it is nice that it's there, and it's nice that it's USB-C, so you can always swap it out with a different cable. Now, normally what you'll do is you'll basically plug this in, and then you're gonna plug this into your PC. And so you can get the maximum, I'd call it like minimum latency. You're actually gonna put this dongle somewhere on your desktop, maybe near the mouse if you can, so that you're not getting any type of latency. And I do believe that these LED indicators will actually tell you the current charge of the mouse. There is only 3 though, so it's not super fancy, but I do believe that was one of the selling points from when I looked this up. It'd be nice if it had like a little display that was a little more specific, but hey, this is not too bad. At least it has something so we know if the mouse is like getting ready to die or not. But once again, to look at the mouse just a little bit more before we start playing actual games on it, because we don't need to talk forever about the mouse, it's good looking. I mean, it's just nice and sleek. I really like their logo. It's kind of like a nice gold, little bit of shine to it. And once again, this is a pretty big mouse. Now, I do have like medium to small size hands, so you can kind of see how it fits my hand. To me, this is just perfect. Like the fact that it's lightweight, but it doesn't feel tiny, I always appreciate. I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of like half mice or the really small where it almost feels like they're like portable mice, you know, like the ones you'd buy for really cheap. I just don't like that. I like that they've gotten light, but still big, so that they just overall just feel good. You don't feel like you're kind of playing with a toy. It's got good build quality. It doesn't have like any creaking to it hardly. Like it is a very solid shell, and I mean it makes sense. It's 59 grams. It's not like it's super lightweight. I would just put this in the lightweight category. To me, anything like I would say 62 grams or less is lightweight, and then I'd say once you get like 45 and below, that's kind of entering the super lightweight category. But overall, good build quality so far, good looking mouse. The skates feel great. The clicks sound really good. I'm gonna actually put this mouse to the test now. All right, so let's talk about my usage so far with the Attack Shark V8. I put this thing through the absolute most horrendous testing because we did a 48-hour live stream over on Toasty Bros. We streamed on Twitch, YouTube, and I used this mouse along with Jonah and Zach as well, I believe, for borderline 48 hours straight. There were some breaks, you know, to go get food. We built some PCs on stream and stuff, but overall, this mouse has not been charged since I bought it. I charged it one time. The little wireless receiver over here, which shows like orange right now, that's kind of like a yellowish orange. I think that means it's probably around 50 to 70%. That's my guess, by the way. I really need to look up a color chart for this because it started off green and then the dots kind of change color as the battery gets used, it seems. I've been playing on, I think, the lowest DPI. I think I'm on 400 or 800, whatever the lowest button preset is. And I love this thing. It reminds me a lot of the mouse that I was already used to, which was the G703. It has a very similar shape, but it weighs so much less. Like this, I was never a big fan of lightweight mice until I started using them. I will say, I'm still not a fan of like the ultra lightweight, which is to me 40 grams or less. I really like this sweet spot, which I think is somewhere between, I'd say like 49 and 60 grams. I think that's like the sweet spot for me, to where it's not like too light to where it feels like a toy, but it's held up really good. It's got great quality. I had not a single issue with dropping out, no skipping, no weird lag. I'm not gonna say it made my gameplay much better than normal, but it feels really good. The battery life seems to be amazing so far. I like that it's actually USB-C now instead of Logitech's older style micro USB gross connector. That's like kind of pretty proprietary, honestly, because it has like those weird wings on it. So overall, for the price of this mice, I don't really think you can beat the Attack Shark V8. I think there's other shapes that you may prefer, and Attack Shark has them. So if you want to look at their website, obviously this isn't sponsored. There's other really good mice out there, you know, in the lightweight aftermarket, I'm going to call it no-name brand world. So if you're willing to look at like AliExpress, Temu, places like that, a lot of them have made it to Amazon, but you can still save money by shopping at the, you know, AliExpress mainly, for mice like these, where they're just basically being sold straight from China rather than coming from China to the US to a third-party seller that you're then buying from. But they are on Amazon, and I will link this one. There will be an affiliate link down below if you would like to purchase this mouse, but it's definitely getting a thumbs up for me. I like it a lot. This will be staying at my desk too, by the way. I really am putting, you know, the words where the money is, the words where my mouth is. I actually do like this mouse. This will be my permanent mouse at the office. until another one comes along that like absolutely love. But I ran the 703 here for over 4 years, I think, or 3 to 4 years. This will probably be about the same amount of time unless something bad happens to it. So anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out Toasty Bros for our main channel, check out Toasty Clips for your live streaming content, and check out PC Bros if you want to buy things like this if you come in person, or you can shop online for a PC today. See y'all later.